My phone is on 6% and it is Monday, July 6th, 9:14 p.m. But I really wanted to make this video and I want to title it No one wants to deal with the flaws anymore in love. I think I so deeply feel this lately is that we've become so accustomed to Instagram feeds and a perfect life and, just relationships being a 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 type of formula, which they never are, by the way. That we often forget that flaws are the best part. It kind of reminds me of Good Will Hunting. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but it reminds me of when Robin Williams is talking about his wife and how she like farts really loudly and she wakes herself up and she's passed away, but he says that it's those little things that remind him of her and made her her. And I think that we've lost that essence within us as people when we think about love. It's all about, and this is not about men or women, this is just about us as humans, like become so superficial because we're so afraid of getting hurt and we're so afraid of being completely seen by the person we love or even showing them who we are, that we often run away before they can even see who we are, or we sabotage the relationship without even realizing that that's what we're doing. And it's really sad. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to live like this anymore, I just read a quote somewhere that said, you fall in love with the same person twice. The first time is when you see the good parts of them, and the second time is when you see it's their flaws, and you fall in love with them all over again because that's your person. They're comfortable being themselves around you. Just because someone isn't texting you back, and I'm talking about like people in relationships and someone you have a connection with, right? Just because someone isn't like, I don't know, texting you back or takes like longer to text you back than they normally used to talk to you doesn't mean, it doesn't undo the multiple conversations that you've had, is what I saw someone say. Or the fact that someone keeps repeating the same story just means that they're comfortable being themselves around you. Or the fact that they leave hair in the sink just means that they're clumsy, but they're still the person you love. You know what I mean? And I think the only way that we can get to this sort of perspective and this sort of thinking is by not judging ourselves. It comes back to yourself, because I see the world very much from a lens of as within, so without, as internal and external, as above, so below, as within, so without. So I'll always come back to this, and it's just coming back to the same thing, which is that if you judge yourself harshly, if you constantly criticize yourself within, I'm not talking about how you are outwardly. If you are outwardly confident, but you're still inwardly underconfident, that's what's going to show up. No matter how hard you fake it, it's still going to show up, because ultimately only you know where you are within yourself. No one else knows. No one else knows. And if you show up as the most authentic version of yourself with yourself, and don't lie to yourself about your abilities, your strengths, your weaknesses, what bothers you, what doesn't bother you, just everything, just completely be yourself with yourself and be completely okay with that, then you let other people be themselves with you. One of my friends gave me one of the biggest compliments ever, and like I said, I may not be a lot of things. I've said this before, I may not be a lot of things. I may have a lot of flaws. But when he said this to me, I just felt so happy because I pride myself in being this person. He said, Ananya, you're so authentically yourself. You are so yourself. You don't judge yourself, and you're just so yourself that you give other people the space to be themselves too. And that's why people like you. That's why people love you. And it's true. If there's anything that I try to do and I try to be in my daily life, is to not judge other people, because I truly believe that everybody deserves basic respect. Everybody deserves to be heard, and everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves love. And it's just like, coming back to what I was talking about, the flaws is the best part. Tomorrow you're gonna wake up old and crinkly, and you're gonna have to wake up next to this person, and the only thing they're gonna have is money. That's why I will always die on the hill that I'm not somebody who will ever fall in love with someone for the type of money they have, or the status or the fame or whatever that makes people great in society. I will always fall in love with somebody's character. I will always fall in love with somebody's personality, because those things are absolutely, like, they're priceless to me. They're priceless. Someone's character, someone's heart, that's what you fall in love with. And you don't pick the people you love. As the famous song goes, when you know, you know. If you have to ask yourself, how do you know, then it's not love. And it's true. It's just the way it works. That's the way the world works. You get one wife. Sorry, I'm a New Girl fan. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say. The only way you can love these flaws in your person is by loving yourself for your flaws too. Because that's what makes you human. That's what makes you you. And there is a 1 in 400 trillion chances that you were born exactly the way you were, which is so crazy. With even your little, like, synchronies, whatever the word is, like whatever the word is. With all that, you were born that way. And if you accept yourself deeply and completely for all of you, the dark and the light, the sun and the moon, yourself, you will find that people will accept you too. And you will accept people. Because Neville's golden rule is, do unto others as you do unto yourself. Nobody finishes this quote, but I will finish it before I leave, which is, love thy neighbor, yes, but as thyself. Love thy neighbor as thyself. All right, let's go out.